Today's Namaste Yoga is flowing with your inner critic. Hello and welcome to episode 283 of Namaste Yoga, the final class in our Inner Critic series. We've had an amazing 8 weeks. This has been an incredible journey, and I want to thank you all who have joined us and just the amazing comments, especially on the membership site, and those of you who really contributed to collaborating on this series with us and co-creating this series with us, the members, because of the comments and sharing their wisdom in the community. We were able to co-collaborate this series, and I really super appreciate that. And I know so many of you spoke of the value that you received from this series, and I received so many emails from you. And we received a lot of donations where people just point blank said that they received a lot from this series. And I know that, and we'll talk about this today, that this is going to be a series that you're not just going to do once, that you're going to come back to again and again. And that's the theme of today's class, which is flow. So I would like to thank Dusky Leaf for our props today. And really today you're not going to need a lot of props other than something to sit on for the short time that will be in seated meditation to receive the teachings for today, and your mat. And then thanks to Squeezed Yoga Clothing for my clothes. I'm wearing a long sleeve turquoise bamboo top with love on it. And I thought it was cleaner than it was when I pulled it out. And I did this great message today about Tim. It's Tim's birthday today, and I posted this message about how amazing he is and how he does my laundry for me. I'm really, really spoiled. He spoils me in so many ways. So I don't want you to think that he doesn't do a good job of my laundry, because he really does. This one just did not. It's my responsibility. I did not put it in the laundry bin. So he does an amazing job of my laundry. I gotta tell you, he knows like what goes in the dryer, what needs to be hung up. Like he's super at that. Really good. So if you see any little dirty spots on it, it's my fault. He'll be putting it in the laundry after this, I'm sure. And I'm wearing long black leggings. And that's that. I have an iTunes review too. This is from Douglas Richardson from the USA. And the title of this iTunes review is Look No Further. I like how the iTunes reviews all have titles. They're really great. And people come up with great titles too. So Douglas says, excellent yoga classes. I have been following Melissa for about 6 months, and this was in April of 2014. So hopefully that's a year and 6 months now. And as an experienced yogi, I feel right at home. She manages to be both calming and thorough in each of her classes. It is really like having a personal instructor there with you. She actively listens to her audience and students and makes yoga applicable for everyone. Great for beginners, intermediate, and advanced students. So thank you so much, Douglas, for that. And we super appreciate you leaving your comments and reviews and testimonials wherever you are, on YouTube, Facebook, on our website. You can email it to me. But if you do watch on your iPad or your iTV, then, or your iPhone, or your iTouch, then through iTunes in some way, then we would really appreciate you leaving your 5-star review and your titled review there and comments in iTunes. That'd be fantastic. That just helps other people find us there, and it moves us up in the ranking there too. So that would be fun. Okay, so my Kindle's like, it's really dead. So Tim, another thing about Tim is he is like one of the most generous in sharing people. So I'm using his Kobo today. Trini took her iPad to school. So aren't we like, what a problem, right? Mine dies, but there's 6 others in the house. So big deal, right? Not 6 others, but everybody's got one. So really we just shift. It's like shift to the side. Not a huge deal. Talk about privilege, right? What do they call that? Yeah, we call it fortunate is what we call it. But, the problem of my Kindle dying is really not a problem at all. Anyway, so we're going to start. So go ahead and rest back. And you're going to lie back on your back and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. If you need to bend your knees and put your feet flat on the floor for your low back, then you can do that. So I remembered what the word was. It's first world problems. That's enough of that. So let's get started with your class. This week is about flow. And as we finish up our series of classes on our inner critic, we can start to see where one theme ends and the other begins. Befriending your inner critic, awareness, acceptance, choice, discernment, truth and action, they all flow together and they're never ending. So it's really hard to differentiate one from the other. And I saw this a lot in people's comments. So if in choice week you weren't really ready to make a choice, then you didn't really need to be in choice. Maybe you were back in befriending. Maybe you were back in awareness. And it's not back. Maybe you were in awareness. Maybe you were in acceptance. Maybe you were in truth. And a lot of times it was so interesting before I'd even introduced the themes. A lot of you were ahead in themes I hadn't even introduced. And like I say, it's not behind or ahead. The themes all flow into each other, they loop around, and they come back and forth. So we keep on cycling through these themes with our inner critic in a continuous way in our lives. So begin to connect with your breath right now. Follow your breath as it flows in and out through your body. And see if you can become aware of where one breath ends and one breath begins. Or if you can become aware of it more as just a continuous flow. And then tune into your physical body. And become aware of flow in your physical body. So there's the flow of your breath in your physical body. Then there's the flow of your circulatory system, the flow of your blood as it moves through your body. There's the flow of lymph fluid as it moves through your body. There's the flow of spinal fluid through your spine. So become aware of the fluidness and the flow of your physical body as you rest back here. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it fall out of your mouth. And become aware of what thoughts are flowing in and out of your mind. Notice them as they flow, almost like down the river. Or like clouds in the sky as they float by. Even your emotions are fluid, never staying static, but flowing from one emotional state to another. Never staying always happy, never staying always content. Flowing from frustration to happiness, to anger, to satisfaction. Just notice your emotional landscape. Then start to wiggle and stretch out and begin to flow your way up onto all fours. Okay, so from here onto all fours, you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. If you have any issues with your wrists, then come up onto fists, or you can come down onto your forearms. So do what works best for you in your body today. And you're going to exhale, round up through your back, shift back, and then inhale and arch through as you move forward. So exhale, round up through your back, take your spine up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, reach your belly button and heart towards the ground and shift your body forward. And as you do this, ask yourself, what is it like for you to flow with your inner critic? And have you noticed that you flow between befriending your inner critic, awareness of your inner critic, acceptance of your inner critic, choice, choosing how to be with your inner critic, discerning the levels of your inner critic in between yourself and your inner critic? Asking yourself, is that true about your inner critic? Taking your own truth in action about your inner critic. And everything in between. Have you noticed that flow happening in this series? Okay, from here we're going to do a little vinyasa. There's going to be lots of vinyasas and flows in this class. So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale from table. You're going to exhale, you're going to sit back into child's pose. And in a lot of these flows today, actually, you guys will probably be able to go further than me because of the limitation I have in the left shoulder. So from here, we're gonna come here, and then we're just going to come back up into table. And we're going to go back and forth between these. Inhale here. Breathe out, come back. Inhale up to table. Breathe out, sink back into child's pose. Inhale up into table. Exhale back into child's pose. Breathe in as you come up into table. Breathe out, sink back into child's pose. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child's pose. And then breathe in, table. You're going to tuck your toes under. You're going to breathe out. You're going to come out up into downward facing dog. So again, you guys will be able to do this, probably a better expression than me. This downward facing dog isn't very good for me right now with frozen shoulder. And then you're going to breathe in, come back down to table. Breathe out, come down into child's pose. Breathe in, table. Tuck your toes under. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child. Breathe in, table. Tuck your toes under. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, child. Breathe in, table. Breathe out, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, child's. Table. Breathe out, child's. Couple more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then you're going to roll up and make your way up to seated for our mudra and to receive the teachings for the final class in the Inner Critic series on flow. So I have a mudra for you today to help you go with the flow. So it's really simple mudra. All you do is you bring your thumb and index finger together. We're in Beacon Hill Park today, and there are loads of herons' nests up here. And they're very upset because a bald eagle just disturbed their nest a few minutes ago, and I can hear them yelling again. So I was just looking to see if the bald eagle was back. Yeah, it's back. So it's not good because it's really upsetting because there are babies in there. So the bald eagle is trying to get... Did he get them? He's trying again. He's really hunting. Oh, they're getting so upset. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You should have seen that. Did you get any of that on the film? Oh, so the eagle's swooping into their nest, and then all the parent herons are swooping around them, and then the crows are even getting involved to try. It's amazing the way the community comes together and they support each other all together in the forest. It's incredible. Okay, let me see if I can turn this back on. Okay, so the mudra, as I said, is really simple. I'm so sorry I got so sidetracked, but it was like major drama. Thumb and index finger together, and then you're going to extend your other three fingers. It's kind of like the jhana mudra, but the difference is that these other three fingers are extended and pointing straight out, whereas the jhana mudra is a little more relaxed, so like that. And then your palms rest straight up on your lap like that. And then just close your eyes, allow your head to be back over your shoulders over your hips. Oh, they're all very upset still. Okay, I'm going to try and really focus now. Okay, so the benefits of this mudra is that it improves your memory. It imparts a sense of balance and equanimity. It increases mental and emotional flexibility. It improves your ability to flow with changing circumstances. So that's really why I chose this mudra today, because that's what being with your inner critic is all about, is flowing with those changing circumstances. And it serves as an energy seal during meditation. So our journey with our inner critic, it's not going to end today with the last class in the series. It's going to be a continuous flow of endings and beginnings, of life, death, and rebirth. So just like in yoga, your body flows from one posture to another. And so too, many of you have noticed that you flow between being in befriending your inner critic, having awareness with your inner critic, acceptance, choice, the choice of whether to turn down the volume on radio station crazy or change the channel. Discernment, discerning whether it's the difference between you and your inner critic. True, asking, is that true? And your inner critic says, you're not very kind. Is that true? Or truth in action, and taking your truth in action. So bringing presence to your inner critic is a journey. And as I said, it's not necessarily a linear one at all. It's one with loops, twists, turns, ups, and downs. So there will be times when you're in this real groove with your inner critic, and there's lots of awareness and you're befriending and there's tons of acceptance. And then there's times, and lots of you spoke of this, where your inner critic is like radio station KRAZY is just amped right up and all the DJs are on full volume. So that's true too. So there'll be loops, twists and turns, ups and downs. And as you continue on past this series, you can flow with the awareness of where you are with your inner critic. Is it time to befriend and bring acceptance? Is there a choice to be made about radio station KRAZY? Should you turn down the volume, change the channel, or turn off the radio? What are you discerning about the layers of your critic? Is that you speaking, or is it your inner critic? Is it true? And what is your truth? Is it time to put your truth in action, or is it time to sink back into awareness and bring acceptance to your situation? Flow allows you to see where you are in the stream without judgment and be with your critic with an attitude of friendliness. So reflect on all of that and bring to mind an intention that you would like to carry with you in this last class of the series, and also as you move out into the world off your mat. And let this intention be about what you want to create, sustain, release, let go, or rebirth. As you flow with your inner critic today. And then once you've formed your intention for your going with the flow with your inner critic, flowing with your inner critic, then you can release your mudra for flowing with your critic, going with the flow. And you can start to wiggle and stretch out, and we'll make our way up to standing. So you can come through downward facing dog if you want, or you can just stand up. If I'm standing, we're going to do a standing twist. And what you're going to do as you twist to the left, you're going to lift your right heel. And as you twist to the right, you're going to lift your left heel. So you'll breathe in the center. You'll breathe out as you twist to the side. So and ask yourself, how freely are you able to flow with your inner critic? So no right or wrong, no better best, just inquiring. And then come back to the center. And we're going to do breath of joy. So the way that works is you inhale, you bring your arms straight in front. You inhale a little bit more, your arms come out to the side. You inhale all the way, you take both arms all the way overhead. And then you exhale, you bend your knees and you fold forward. Okay, so inhale, inhale, inhale. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe out. Front, side, overhead, exhale. Great. And just notice how you're able to flow in your body and with your inner critic. And notice if there was any resistance to flow. Okay. So from here, we're going to come to the front of our mats and we're going to do some Surya Namaskar, some sun's salutations. And so just a little disclaimer here too. Again, I know you're probably bored, but so I can't really, so there is resistance to flow in this in my body. Again, it's just this shoulder, but I decided I'm going to go for it today and just notice that resistance. So notice what it's like when I can be in flow in this flow, and notice like in a river where there is that resistance to the flow. So my down dogs might look a little funky. So that's okay. Just, you guys know what they're supposed to look like. They're all over the media and yoga journals and yoga magazines and all that stuff. So you know what they're supposed to look like. Okay, so we're going to stand at the top of the mats. And this is probably the most ever done yoga sequence in the world. So you know what it's supposed to look like. You're going to inhale, take your arms straight up overhead. And you're going to exhale, bend your knees to fold forward. Inhale, walk your right foot back. Walk your left foot back. Option to lower your knees. Exhale, lower down with your elbows straight back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Reach back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, walk your right foot in. Exhale, walk your left foot in. And then inhale, reach straight up. And exhale, bring your hands together at heart center. So just notice what it's like to flow in your body. Inhale, reach up, reach your heart up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Inhale, reach your left leg back. Reach your right leg back. Option to lower your knees. Breathe in as you reach your elbows straight back behind you. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your left leg in. Breathe out, walk your right leg in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Inhale, reach your right foot back. Reach your left foot back. Option to lower your knees. Inhale, breathe in as you lower down. Reach up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot in. Exhale, left foot in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your hands come to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward through your hips. Inhale, reach your left foot back. Reach your right foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left foot in. Exhale, reach your right foot in. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. So let's flow through one more on each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward to your hips. Inhale, right foot back. Step your left foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your foot in. Exhale, walk your left foot in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, walk your left foot back. Walk your right foot back. Option, lower your knees. Breathe out, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your left foot in. Exhale, right foot comes in. Inhale, hands reach up. And exhale, hands come to your heart. And pause here and just notice what it was like to flow. Okay. From here, you're going to come and lie down on your back. I'm going to do another little flow. Okay, so you're going to lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to do a little vinyasa between bridge pose and knees to chest. So you're going to inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms all the way overhead. And then you're going to exhale, lower down from bridge pose, arch your arms down, and hug your knees into your chest. So inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms all the way overhead onto the ground behind you. Exhale, lower down, and hug your knees into your chest. Breathe in, bridge pose. With your arms overhead. Breathe out, knees to chest. And just keep going with that. And as you do, ask yourself, how am I going to flow with my inner critic to create the life I want? And then stay with your knees into your chest. We just had a little change of venue to get better lighting for you. So you have your knees into your chest. You're going to breathe in, take your arms and legs into the air. And then you're going to breathe out and bring your knees into your chest. Knee issues, hold on behind your knees. Breathe in, arms and legs in the air. Breathe out, knees to chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then ask yourself, what do I need to bring into my life so that I can flow with my inner critic? And then you're going to roll from here, from this position with your knees on your chest, over into child's pose with your hands down by your feet. And from here, you're just going to roll up to sitting on your knees. And then inhale, take your arms all the way overhead. And then bring your hands down to rest on your heart, your right hand over your left hand. And close your eyes. And ask yourself, how can you continue to flow with your inner critic with an attitude of friendliness? How can you continue to flow with your inner critic with an attitude of friendliness? And then you can rest back on your back for Savasana, for corpse pose. So lie down on your back. Make yourself comfortable so that you can receive this class on flowing with your critic and also receive the whole series. So you can allow it to integrate into your body, your mind, your emotions, your spirit, your energy. And you can stay here. I'm going to sit up and read a short quote to you. Like the mythical phoenix, you are in flow. You are constantly dying to who you were and being born to who you are becoming. Appreciating that the ashes of your past, the truths of your past serve as fertile soil for all that is and all that is yet to be. So as you rest back here in Savasana, ask yourself what stands out from the whole last 8 weeks. We befriended our inner critic. We brought acceptance to our inner critic. We brought awareness to our inner critic, choice, discernment, truth in action, and now flow. What's the big thing that you're taking away? And how does that thing that stands out to you about this series on the inner critic relate to the rest of your life? What does it tell you about how you live your life? And now tune into the part of you that is wise and all-knowing and that wants only the best for you. And see what guidance and wisdom is there for you. And then what's one small thing you could do to put that inner wisdom and guidance into action in your life? Not in a way that would be change your whole life kind of thing, but just one baby step, one small action, something you could do in the next 24 hours the next day. Something that's really doable that you can imagine yourself doing. And then once you form that off the mat intention, begin to wiggle and stretch out. Let your breath deepen. Roll to your side. And pause and take a breath there. And then slowly make your way up to seated. So thank you so much for joining me for this class on flowing with your inner critic and for this whole series, and especially to our members who were just so generous with their wisdom and in sharing their stories in our membership community and co-collaborating this series with me. It was really a pleasure to create this series with you, and I am indebted to you, and I so appreciate you posting your stories and your exploration with this series, because with you this series became so much richer, and I truly appreciate that. If you liked today's show, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you found that you received value from today's show and the whole series, you think that you're going to do it again and it gave you lots to think about and reflect on in your life, then definitely consider giving a donation as well. It helps us so much with all the behind the scenes costs, because they're, although we freely give this show, it is not free for us to produce it. There are a lot of costs involved in creating this show. So thank you so much for your support and helping us to keep it free for you. And you can leave your 5-star reviews on iTunes and leave your comments below. So let me know which class in this Inner Critic series was best for you, and let me know if you plan on going back and returning to it. Thank you so much for leaving your comments below. Today's comment is, let's see, what should it be? Let us know what class in the Inner Critic series was most important for you on your journey with the Inner Critic, and why. That'd be great. Thank you for that, Tim. And Tim's writing the questions now. We're in trouble when Tim starts writing the questions. Or maybe they'll be better. Okay. And if you'd like to continue to receive support for your practice, then we have a yoga buddy system in our membership community. I have a yoga buddy. Her name is Shannon. She's awesome. Hi, Shannon. And I practice with her every day. She helps me stay accountable to my practice, because lots of you are teachers know that when you teach, you spend a lot of time creating content for other people, and it can be hard to get to your own practice. So Shannon and I choose what series we're going to practice together, and we text each other every day about our practice, and then we FaceTime once a week. And I know that our buddies in our community, they message each other in the community, and they Skype and they FaceTime and they call each other about their practice. And also there's a whole thread that goes on in our community about the buddy system, and they talk about it, their practice in there as well, and it's really cool. So if you're looking for that kind of support, we have lots of buddies waiting for you in our membership site. So you can join us there, and that link is right below. We'd love to have you. And we're going to be doing a big, we're actually going to interview some of our buddies. You can meet my buddy this month at the end of June 26th and 27th. We do a monthly motivational meetup every month in our membership site. So we're going to be interviewing a few of our buddies. So you can meet my buddy, and we're going to interview a couple of other buddies from our membership community, so you can hear about how that helps them stay motivated and consistent and focused with their yoga practice. So that's just another perk of our membership community. So I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May you be as rooted as the trees in our forest. May you be as grounded and strong as our mountains, and may your joy be as deep as our ocean. And I'm happy to report that the baby herons are safe. The eagle has left the area. The eagle did not get dinner, but the baby herons continued to get fed. So all is well. Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.